What's up, guys, and welcome to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. I find it fitting with the B2 Super Battle Droid rework coming that we do a how to mod video on the B2 Super Battle Droid. I'm going to put some images on the screen of the text of the actual reworked abilities that he has. The green text is the abilities that he has now currently before the rework. The red text is going to be the abilities that are added to him after the rework, and also the Zeta aspects, if there is a Zeta on him as well, which there is one. So we'll read through his abilities first. Now, note, when you look at my statistics on him right now, it's not very good because I actually don't have him geared, or you know what, I can level him up all the way right now. We will do that. But I am going to start gearing him. I've been focusing on Grievous, who I'm like 2 pieces away from gear 12, and T3 a little bit. Even if T3 necessarily isn't dominant, I really like to have him ready to go. So let's read through his abilities here, and we're going to go with image 2. And this is the basic heavy arms. Again, this is the reworked. Deal physical damage to target enemy. The new aspect of it is if target was target locked, inflict critical damage down for 2 turns. Otherwise, inflict target lock for 2 turns. So if they don't get critical damage down, they're going to be getting target lock, if that's the way I'm reading that correctly. Or, you know, this is great though, because anytime you can get critical damage down, that actually reduces the damage of the opposing team by quite a lot. And target lock, well, that can open a whole new avenue of things if we eventually learn to use them with more teams. Now let's read the next one, his special one. It says mow down. Final text says deal physical damage to all enemies and dispel all positive status effects on them. Here's the new part. With an 80% chance to also inflict buff immunity for 2 turns. This is applied before damage. The buff immunity goes up before the damage. They just want it's really not that big of a deal. But the biggest thing is the dispel. You can completely dispel the entire enemy team and get buff immunity potentially, which means that they can't continually get any buffs unless they cleanse. So this is a great ability, and it's even an 80% chance. So you have a very high likelihood most of the time of being able to get that buff immunity. The next ability, Unique 1, Relentless Barrage. B2 has a 40% chance to gain 100% turn meter whenever an other ally is evaded or damaged by an attack. This is the new part. Target locked enemies have minus 25% critical chance and minus 25% evasion. So technically they might not be critting as much, and they're going to be harder to, it's going to be harder for them to evade and not be hit. So 40% chance to gain 100% turn meter, that's actually pretty good, because if enemies are being hit a lot by AoEs, the chance of B2 going again is good if you're having quite a few attacks. Against a Revan team, if Yoda uses his mass attack, Master Stroke, or if Revan uses his Saber Swing or whatever, and you're hitting all these people, you have a chance to gain 100% turn meter if they evade or they're damaged by an attack. So that's huge. He could be going over and over and over again. And then the last, this is a complete new ability. This is completely the Zeta that's been added to him. Reactive Protocol. Final text. B2 has a 40% chance to reduce its cooldowns by 1 whenever a Separatist ally is evaded or damaged by an attack. Whenever B2 inflicts a debuff, all other Separatist droid allies gain 5% turn meter. What's cool is it says Separatist, so I can't wait to run a droid team, but maybe Count Dooku could fit in there somewhere as well. You never know. But this is pretty cool because reducing the cooldowns is going to allow him to continually mow down, which is going to allow him to dispel the enemy team and get buff immunity up as well. And when he inflicts a debuff, he's going to be getting 5% turn meter to the other team. So if he inflicts a debuff to all 5 people on the other team, that's 25% turn meter to every Separatist, or this is what the thing that we have to clarify. It says Separatist droid allies. I don't know if that's Separatist or droid allies, or just Separatist droid allies. So this is pretty cool, and we're going to be getting the B1 battle droid pretty soon here as well. So now let's go in and actually look at how we should mod him. Well, reading through these abilities, what seems very important with this? Potency. You want to be able to continually get debuffs down, or get debuffs on them to fuel turn meter and get buff immunity. Now again, the stats on the right side of the screen in my area, they're not very good because I don't have him geared up very much, but I do have a good set of potency mods on him, and I'm going to actually give you some suggestions here. So the recommended mod set is potency, and that's correct. So what would you want in the secondaries? Well, if you want him to deal some damage, you can do that, but put potency and speed in the secondaries. Now, is speed absolutely as crucial? Against certain teams, no, because he's going to have that chance to keep gaining turn meter, but you still probably want a little bit of speed on him just in case. Now, he is a tank also, so what that means is you want him to be able to take a few hits. There are probably a few different ways to mod him if you want to make him an offensive character or a person that's be able to take a hit. Now, he's going to be able to counter a lot, so personally, with him countering and his ability to mow down, I'm going to want him to survive because he's going to continually dispel. So I'm not probably as concerned about offense. That's probably something you can choose in an individual player, but I did want to put some speed and some potency in the secondaries as well. And again, you can put offensive or defensive statistics. I kind of switch it up a little bit. So in the square, I have a +7 speed. I have this extra potency right here, which is good. +8 defense and +65 offense. So pretty solid mod. Then here in the diamond, I have some extra speed again, but I have +3.97% potency, some extra health and tenacity, so that's going to help as well. Again, it's your choice to make him survivable or do more offense. I would personally probably make him more survivable, depending on the other tanks that we're going to have come to the game and how survivable that they are and how long he can last, because his main job, in my opinion, is to continually dispel and counter the other team and feed turn meter to your team. I don't think his job is to necessarily do that much damage, but we'll have to see exactly how it works out. In the circle, I'd probably prefer a protection mod, but I have 8 speed, some health defense, and then some extra potency as well. Again, I'm looking for potency in those secondaries. In the cross, you definitely want a potency. Potency mod, potency primary stat with some extra speed. In the secondaries, I have a better mod, but I just didn't want to take it off the other character that I have it on right now. Some extra tenacity, health, offense in that speed, but definitely put a potency in the cross. Now, the only reason this may change is if one of the leadership abilities of Grievous or another separatist gives a lot more potency. But we're not sure about that yet, and I don't think so. So make sure you put a potency there. Triangle. Right now, I have an offensive mod sitting here with +5 speed and some extra potency. I actually want to see if I can change this to a protection, defense, or let's see. How else would I want to do this here? Health. I kept looking for health, preferably some speed, but we'll see. Do I actually have any mods like that? I don't. So, actually, let's do it this way first. Let's look at a protection percentage mod. I don't have any of those. Let's look at a defense percentage mod. I don't have any of those. And let's look at a health. I'm going to have to be farming a little bit more of these mods here. Okay, let's actually just take the speed off. See if we can find anything with speed. It doesn't look like it. And now we will go with protection. Okay, so I don't have any potency mods that actually have a defensive stat. So I did just keep that offensive mod there for right now. I'm probably gonna farm some more potency mods and switch it out. And then in the arrow, this is up to you. I'm going to try it with the protection in the primary for him to be able to take more damage. And then I have 14 speed in the secondary. But again, messing around with him, seeing how things go, maybe I will actually end up putting the speed in here. Probably going to want speed because you do want him to go. But again, we don't know how many times we have to actually go into battle with him and figure it out. He's going to be able to continually get turn meter and how many times it's going to make him go right away. So you want him survivable, you want him to be able to dispel, but you want a full potency set. All 6 mods should be potency on him as well, because as you can see, I have 90.38% potency right now, and that's without all the extra gear. And, you know, he's only at like gear 7 here, and he's going to get a lot better. So I can't wait to get him geared up and to show you guys in battle how he actually does. But that's how I would mod him. A few of those changes could be made based on what you prefer and based how we actually use him in battle. Like I said, putting speed or protection in certain aspects. Because you got to think, what's his job in your lineup? And we don't know 100% because we're still waiting for the other characters. But in my opinion, it's Dispel, continually gain turn meter, get buff immunity, and feed turn meter to the rest of your team as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash the subscribe button, like the video, click the notification bell so you can be alerted to all videos that I post. Also, I'm leaving a link to my Discord server and Patreon page in the description below. Please make sure to check that out. Leave comments. Do you agree with me on this? Would you mod him differently? Give me some more video ideas, constructive criticism, all that, because you guys are the ones that feed me, and it's amazing. Otherwise, peace out, and may the Force be with you.